We're doing zodiac sign readings for March and April of 2024, and we're on Pisces. Happy birthday, Pisces. A few cards already got knocked over when I was pre-shuffling, and it's forgiveness, flexibility, and knowledge, and then throat chakra in reverse. So you need to communicate some things or let go of some things and use what you've learned or know to overcome them, basically. But we're going to look into the general energy for March and April of 2024 around love or emotion for Pisces, and this could apply to your big three, your sun, your moon, rising, but specifically, yes, for sun and Pisces. And we're going to do Pisces who are in relationships and Pisces who are single, and the energies for March and April. If you want to see the general energy, major themes, and career for March and April, head to my TikTok, which should be in the description below. But let me go grab your cards. Pisces. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing this a lot with the last three signs, but I'm going to read you some of the things as they're coming out just because I'm hearing things and I don't want to miss them when I double back. For a lot of you, you're being asked to get aligned because you are missing these moments of magic. You have this, and there's a big dreamy energy, which I'm not surprised at all with Pisces in these cards, where it's like you're missing this opportunity for sweetness, enjoy more of life, but you're also missing this ability to like channel things through you and move your life in a way that is like favorable to you, enjoyable to you, but it requires you knowing and understanding your worth and sitting in that worth. They're saying that you're adverse to change, and that's something that you need to work on, which is funny because Pisces is a mutable sign, but whatever is like the emotional work around that and the things that haven't been communicated, that needs to be looked at so you can align with this joy, this happiness, and this existence where you're the center and you're experiencing all the things that you want to be experiencing. For some of you, okay, this is a super random one-liner, like reading, you might be reading books or fantasy books or romance, or it could be romance TVs or whatever, but like be careful, right? Like those are fictional stories, and then life is different. For others of you, you are learning and realizing different emotional like you're digesting things and making wisdom out of your experience, and there's an opportunity for you to heal and grow and let go, but you're being held back because of the things that haven't been communicated, and you're resistant to some sort of change because you're not sitting in your worth and you're not allowing your magic to come through. And specifically, there's healing and partnerships came out together in the reverse. For some of you, there are relationships. It could be love, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be whatever it is. It could be parents who are no longer with you, either by death or by disassociation, like you're not speaking to each other anymore. But there's healing work in those relationships that either hasn't been done, can't be done, or you won't do, and that needs to be looked at. I feel like before I go on, I can't just leave that there. For some of you, you're not fully aware of the ways, the things that you need to heal from. And these flare-ups or emotions or things that are coming up are trying to show you how whatever you're experiencing is not what you want, or how you're not aligned, how things aren't balanced, so you can see things, and then so you can align with things that match, things that are tangible, things that last, that you actually want. But it requires a lot of change, and you're adverse to change, but you're either ignoring your heartache or perpetuating heartache by not embracing this clarity and not like following the adventure that it's calling you forth on to heal or to see something or look at things. Yeah, blocked intuition. Or you might just not see it. The High Priestess reverse can be like, you just don't see it. For some of you, you might not see it until something shows up in your tangible reality in a way that creates enough chaos or discomfort that you're looking at it and then you're examining it with this new awareness. A lot of you, it's stuff from the past. You guys are Pisces. So you need to overcome conflict from the past. Some of you might have just blown past the past and you think it doesn't apply to you, which is not really how that works. There's still stuff that needs to be explored there that's sort of preventing you from moving forward in a like faster or more stable way in the long term, because that work needs to be put in. Okay, and then let's go back to the other stuff. For some of you, it's a dad. For some of you, relationships with dads. For some of you, it's a relationship with partner. Also, I just heard for the relationship healing. And for some of you, it's how you externalize your emotions. Yeah. But you need to have a perspective shift. And not all Pisces are super dreamy, but if you don't have other placements, like some people I know have too much Pisces placements or too much water placements, and it makes them almost like less realistic. And sometimes you have to like pull them down, and they don't like that. Pisces, you know, you're like, I want to stay up there. And others of you, you've mastered those parts of yourself, you've healed through them, and you're able to like use that dreaminess to manifest into your reality. And for those of you who haven't mastered that yet, you're being called to that, right? Like the evolved version of Pisces, and you have this potential for success, but it requires you go through this change and have shifts in your perspective and how you think about things, how you experience things. And there's also a need to experience more joy in your life. Like some of the dissatisfaction for some of you is like you're mentally stewing and you're creating dissatisfaction where maybe there's a little bit, but you're like exasperating it by focusing on it and then blowing it up. And for others of you, you just need to experience more joy in your life, because that is like, remember Piscean energy is like the inner child. It's like playful. It's like soft. It like cares about you. It's going to prioritize you, but it's like, that energy is not always existed in. Like the unhealed version of Pisces can be very like catty, very like side comments, feeling resentful, creating like manipulations, or like putting expectations that are unrealistic, right, on other people. But you're just being asked to find more joy, to find more humor in your life. Like regardless of anything, like you should be enjoying your life. So if you're not enjoying your life, that's an invitation to question why. Okay. For some of you, you're waiting for a sign or something clear, and Spirit's saying, do it, go for it. It's time. It's ready. Make the change. And they don't want you to, they don't want you to hold yourself back from your talents and your gifts and these, and the positive aspects of you. They don't want you to hold back any longer. Okay. Is there, okay. So I'm going to check if there's more to that. So for some of you, you're not aligning with success just yet, because there's things that you have to break through that are affecting how you view things or how you proceed within things. And yeah, it's funny, I went on a spew about being grounded. That's what they're saying. You're not grounded enough. Okay, what else? Yeah, so they're bringing up more joy, more pleasure, like, ooh, and they're asking you to have more patience, which Pisces usually have a lot of patience, but in what way? Wait, I'm going to pull tarot on that. Oh, patience with yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be soft, actually. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So the same cards that came out in the other part for you guys. Allowing that support externally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is. You need that support so you can manifest, or that lack of support, or your perception of that lack of support, or you, whatever it is that is like not allowing you to access that feeling of safety and support and security, it's like hindering your manifestation. So if you want what you want, you've got to clear that up to call in more. I feel like that's a theme. A lot of these readings are that same energy. Like we have this opportunity for more. I feel like that's been coming out a lot of my mouth. Okay. What else in general themes for Pisces for March and April? Okay. They want you to get more into that receptive energy again. Yeah, so you can move things quickly. For some of you also, there's implications about doing this work now, because by June, it'll be relevant why you need to get this work done, like emotional work. They don't want you to use anxiety to consider or reconsider anything. Like, don't use that, right? It's like you're trying to talk yourself out of something. Or for some of you, you might be using anxiety to talk yourself into something. But that's like a chaos pattern, and it leads to disappointment. What about this? They're trying to collaborate with you on clarity, on how to bring more into your life that works, but But there's something that needs to be looked at and overcame so you can bring more tangible things into your reality. But again, it's something you're either holding on to that's from fear or holding on from the past or bad habit. It's like you've got shadow work to do. And you need to step into your worth. It's a challenge of like, what are you worthy of? I just heard for some of you, you may be over projecting. Okay, I know I talk about attachment theory a lot, but for some of you, right, it's like you might not realize like pushing people away is avoidant attachment, and like making like, oh, this isn't good enough, or I'm not good enough, whatever it is. It's like you're making something not be possible or true just so you can push it away, but then you're saying you want it, but then you're pushing it away. And then for others of you, you're not experiencing your worth because you're not demanding it or reinforcing it. Like you're allowing things to happen that like don't affirm your worth. So then you're constantly feeling like, am I worthy? But it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy because like you don't have good boundaries. And for some of you, this is in love specifically, like you don't have healthy boundaries in your relationship. Are you ready to move into love? Okay, I'm gonna pull these aside. Okay, so this is for Pisces who are in a relationship, like you're in an actual relationship, but there's a question about how balanced it is. It's not very balanced. And that could be from a place of like, you're over giving or someone's under giving, you're under receiving. Either way. But then there's a effect on it in the long term. Like there's difficult conversations and adjustments that need to be made if something's gonna go forward. But there's a lack of clarity on what needs to be focused on or what needs to be healed in some way. But right now it's not aligned with the 10 of Cups. Okay, there's two directions. The first direction we're going to go is there's some people who don't want to stay. The 8 of Cups came out. And then for others, it's someone doesn't want someone to leave. So then they're over giving to prevent that, which both are not healthy, right? Like we got to be able to communicate. You deserve what you deserve. Your partner should meet that need if they can, if they want to. And if you don't align, then you should find someone who does align with what you want. But let's go with the first option. The first group. Okay, so the first group is like you're in a relationship, but there's disharmony in this relationship, but you're in the relationship. Looks like a choice has been made because something's not fair and someone's thinking to move forward, and there's some sort of quick speed that's happening. Oh, springtime, March and April. So either something's being held back or held on to around this commitment that's in challenge. Money, there's something about money. There's also something about change and adventure. What else? Your intuition's a bit blocked here. So you either need to come clean with yourself or something's going to be brought to clarity soon, and that'll make it easier to make this like adventure choice. Or maybe that already happened and I'm confirming for you, yeah. Where it's helping you step into your strength, step into your power. Okay, and then for the other set of people who are worried their person's gonna leave them that are Pisces, so they're over giving. Actually, let me pick these back up. Can I see the Pisces who are over giving? Came across. So there's a need to, and it's the Pisces card, hilarious. There's a need to look at how you're managing your emotions, and then fear around the long term, right? Because then you're creating a misalignment in your relationship. But it looks like you guys equally have feelings for each other. And this has the long-term potential and success. So there's just a need for better, healthy boundaries, making sure your needs are met. Someone might be, this together is, they have poor financial boundaries, right? That means like someone who's paying for everything or doing everything, or like overextending themselves in the material world in some way. Yeah. In the long run, that's not going to work out is what they're saying. So maybe you're worried, right? And it's like, this is a way of like, oh, if I give and that all their needs are met, they're never going to leave me. Like, you need to look at that. again, I talk about attachment theory a lot. I would look into that. But, and for some of you, you're trying to protect yourself from disappointment. But again, that's like, that's not being grounded in your worth, right? Like, you should be able to give to your partner and there should be no strings attached, and your partner should receive and there should be no strings attached, and your partner should give and there should be no string attached. Like, commitment and relationship is balance equal. So they're referencing again that lack of equality. I see. And for some of you, you just have to let go of the anxiety that you're like, this isn't going to work out, or are we going to make it? And it's like, let go of the fear around that. Like, let that out of your mind and let that not affect how you're behaving in your relationship. And your partner deserves to see the real you. You deserve to be the real you. Like, things deserve to be on level ground. Yeah, there's just like a burden, right? It's like you want that commitment, you want to be locked in, but it should be locked in, but in a healthy way, and you should be receiving equally. Should be, and it doesn't have to be like dollar for dollar. I'm not saying that at all. It's not about tit for tat. It's about exchange and balance. Like, if your partner is a better cook and you're not, like, those are natural things. So that's not the point I'm making. It's like, there should be a healthy foundation where no person is giving up too much or giving too much or receiving too much. You know, like, it should just be fair and it should be equitable in whatever way it works for you. But I bring this up because there's that like little seed of fear or resentment, and it looks like this is either heading toward marriage or stability, but you just need to clean up the healthy boundaries between you guys is what it looks like. Okay, let me see. Is there any other third category for Pisces in relationship? Because those two felt super specific. For some of you, there's a something that your partner did that was hurtful. Like the way they responded to something, they didn't choose the right response. And it looks like you guys need to talk about that. I don't think this is like a habit with this person. I think they just weren't aligned, because it's showing 10 of Cups for you guys. You guys are still lined up with being together and being happy, but there's just something that needs to be worked through. It was like a string of bad luck. Something just like someone said something impulsively. Yeah, they didn't think about it, but it can be healed. But it looks like that maybe that conversation hasn't happened yet. Intuitively, they know too that they kind of came off arrogant or something wasn't right. But this can be overcome. It just requires a conversation. Yeah. And then there's just need to be like, hey, I don't like it when you talk to me like that, or you handle this way or that way. But it's like, you have to have the strength to vocalize. That's been a big thing for you guys. Vocalizing what's inside. You guys got to vocalize it, because people can't read your mind. And you deserve to not feel like someone's hurting you. But again, if you think they're hurting you, okay, so they just showed me a story. Like, one of my friends, she's one of my best friends, she's a Pisces. We were like walking up the Eiffel Tower, and she's like, oh, can you take pictures of me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. But I'm thinking like, oh, she'll say, hey, can you take a picture of me here, or whatever it is. Like, and like these stairs are like way more intense than I'm expecting. So I'm like locked in because I have asthma, and I'm just like, oh my God, how many stairs are left, right? So I'm just zoning in on like getting up these stairs. And then she's feeling like I didn't hear her, and I'm not, like, she asked for pictures, and I thought she meant like at the top, right? There was no clarity of communication. So she started getting salty, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I wanted you to take my picture. I'm like, oh, and I just stopped, and I'm like, I can take your picture, right? But it's like, it wasn't a big deal to me. I'm not upset. I'm not trying to hurt her feelings. She wasn't, but she was like going like, because she felt like this need wasn't met. But again, it was just a need for clarity or to speak up. Like, I'm happy to stop. I'm just trying to get to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I'm like sweating by the time we get to the top, you know, and then we were fine. But then she, like, you know, Pisces, they get a little mad, a little salty for a little bit. And I was like, she can have her moment. Cause it's not personal. Like, I know that we care about each other, and it was just a miscommunication. But for Pisces, you guys can avoid that by speaking up. But again, if you have these like, you can't expect people to read your mind. If the expectation isn't there or said, then yeah, there's going to be a higher chance for miscommunication. Okay, we're going to do singles next. I did say I was going to go over with Pisces, didn't I? Okay, let's look at single Pisces now. Can I see the single Pisces for March and April? It looks like some of you might have had a situationship and you're thinking about moving on because this person didn't give. Yeah, and they put you in your feels. or they're emotionally unavailable and distant. Yeah, hot, cold, not taking breaks. Again, this is, they're just bringing it, they just, yeah. This is an opportunity for you to look at, again, that sense of self-worth that was coming up big for Pisces. Like, you deserve to be more than someone's, like, little secret or side piece or something like that. What else? Yeah, it's like, you feel like, oh, I'm investing in time, but it's like, this person is not thinking about the future or going forward. Three of Wands reverse, yeah. And so you might need to just reconsider, right? Like, they're asking you to reflect and put boundaries up, because if someone's putting in your emotions like that, like, is that how you want to be treated? Is that how you want to live? Is that how you want to experience? So if you were wondering it, like, yeah. You want something long-term and stable and committed and sweet. So they're kind of asking you to move on past this to allow yourself to have what you want. Three of Swords reverse. It'll be some emotional work. It'll be sad, right? But you want to align with what you want. Okay, and then what about the ones who are not in a situationship? The single Pisces? Ooh, you got something coming that's hidden. March and April? Or just in general? Ooh, okay. Oh, it could be within 30 days, but... What do you mean? It's not going to start off like super clear or committed in some way. That's such a weird way to say that. Oh, mid-April to mid-May. What about this? And this one is not going to start... I see. This one is not a situationship. So if you're with a situationship and you're like, oh, this is going to be them. No, that's not them. This is a totally different group. Okay, now that we cleared that up. Can I get more? You can have options. And you can decide what you give to. Which journey you take. But whatever this is like sweet sunshine, clarity. You're going to be conflicted. Why? You might have friends who pick apart this person. I don't like that. I would keep it hidden from them. Like, don't give them too much details. Until it's solidified or you guys are coming together like, oh, I'm with this person. Yeah. And yeah, because you don't know where it's going just yet when it starts. So that's clear for some of you to keep it to yourself. Yeah, they just clarified. Yeah. Okay. Oh, cute though. This does have the potential to go the long run. Whoever this person is that's coming in. So good luck. And just remember, you know, don't tell your friends until it's developed a little bit more. Happy birthday month, Pisces.